What does the Dallas Stadium, the stock market last week, and mid-major teams in football have in common? They will get destroyed by all the big major teams. If you want to say Boise State, now Boise State fans, put this TV show on mute right now because I'm going to talk about 10 seconds about your team. If you go in the SEC or you want to dream of going in the Pac-10 against my USC Trojans, week in and week out, you will get absolutely annihilated. You played an Oklahoma team that was one of the worst Oklahoma teams in the past 10 years, and you beat them in overtime. You had a month to prepare. Let's go back to Who Dat Nation. Everyone loves Who Dat Nation, right? So I went back to Juice Cast, and I went back into the library, and I found my Super Bowl championship DVD from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And in that DVD, I found a little paper, and it says, Who Dat Nation, you could not touch my Buccaneer defense. Well, moving on to reality, because I dip my life in reality. Here's what happens. The big conferences, they don't matter. We're back from LA, looking good, feeling good. I wish all the kids could look like this, but $1,200 a pop, it's hard to come by. I think the lyrics is, slow down, you're moving too fast, because here's the reason why. And I should be on American Idol, we know this. But here's the thing with Team Emerald that has to realize. Every rule change that happens in professional sports always starts with the playoffs first. Anyways, going back, because probably Emerald has never seen any of these people play football, I went back into the Juice library in the Juice Theater, very HD-esque, I would say. And I looked at Kareem Jackson from Alabama, who's going to go to the Ravens. I'm not going to say, let's trade here, let's trade there, because not a lot of trades go down in the NFL draft. I got a phone call last night, woke up in a sweat, and I said, who's calling me at 2 a.m. in the morning? And it was Coach K, and he said to me, Juice, we're longtime buddies. Let me just tell you one thing. I feel disrespected. So I go, Coach K, why do you feel disrespected? You've only won 4 NCAA championships, 11 Final Fours, 12 ACC championships. Why do you feel disrespected? He says, we're the #1 seed left in the tournament, and everyone's picking West Virginia for this 1-3-1 crap defense that Kentucky couldn't shoot against. My team's a better shooting team than Kentucky. I have a remote control here. In the summertime, Michael Phelps, he's swimming. Okay, I'm gonna put the controller down. Now, Bodie Miller, he's skiing. I don't know. No. This is why the Olympics was not as great as everyone thought it was. It's because Beijing overshadowed everything. Why do you have a gun in the locker room? It's not like he just went hunting. He brought it to an NBA locker room. What kind of space cadet brings that? He's totally from outer space. I'm probably gonna take some slack for this, but it's definitely Apollo Anton Ono. Yeah, you become the greatest Winter Olympian ever. Oh wait, you don't win any gold medals. That's why you go to the games to win a gold medal. And let's put all the bricks together and let's build a shelter for the homeless, because they went 4 for 32. I had to get a car, sniff, like you had to put something together because they stunk so bad. It was Kentucky and how the Cinderella teams did not show up. Typical Celtics pride fan. You think that the Celtics are a great team.
They did the same thing 2 years ago.
They are, but now let's go inside the stats, ladies and gentlemen. 94 points they give up this year. Celtics are a good team, but they cannot beat great teams. It's not that Portland, nice team. But I got kind of a memo. I got kind of a gift set package from the Portland Trail Blazers, and this is what they'll be doing come playoff time. They'll be watching their favorite movie, Hoosiers. And now, when they're watching the playoffs, peanut butter M&Ms. I know, Greg Oden, you a nice little sweet tooth of peanuts. We'll go peanuts this way.
That's the breeze.
And now we know that Aldridge loves popcorn. So guess what? The Portland Trail Blazers is not going to get in. This isn't viewer's choice. You can't go on demand and say, I want to play Boise State this week. Select. I want to play TCU this week. Select. You're missing the major concept on purple. Cinderella did not go to the ball, and if they went to the ball in the second weekend, they got smoked. The Olympics opened the door, NHL, for everyone to watch it. Everyone coming off the World Cup was watching soccer. Then it's up to the NHL now to continue this stream. Because if you don't do anything, there'll be a spike in ratings for 2 weeks, and then they'll go back down. And I don't want to sit in Fenway Park because Dan Master, I know you're an usher there. I don't want to be sitting freezing cold. Oh, it's cold outside. I'd rather sit in Fenway Park in September. Well. Rule number 1, does he have a license for that gun?
I couldn't tell you.
No, he does not. AKA law breaking, Gilbert Arenas. See you later. You're out of here. Purple just said, or Indigo just said, sex act, secret weapon, first time partnering together. I don't know what's going on over there with them, but
I'm
wearing Michael Kors today, looking as only I can look. I'm guaranteeing victory. The Yankees will be looking for a catcher. The Sox will be looking for a catcher. The Dodgers, all these big market teams would be looking for catchers in the next 2 years, as Mauer's in the prime of his career with 2 batting titles, 3 Gold Gloves, 3 Silver Slugger awards. He just took the hometown discount out of anybody. Joe Mauer is just showing you why he could be the face of baseball for the next couple of years coming. And obviously, if you're going to go stat by stat like they did with LeBron and Kobe, you're going to have to do it with Ovechkin. Ovechkin scores more goals. He has more shots. He's the most entertaining player in the league. 40% is high as heck. You got to be smoking the sticky icky if you're thinking 40%. Are you kidding me? This is the lowest scoring team in the NHL. Austin was becoming a star.
Not yet.
I said Austin was becoming a star. Hang on every word I say, EA, because everything I say is importante. Anyways, now moving on. Now, it was the match when he won the title, WrestleMania 14. The Austin era has begun, as Jim Ross said. He didn't say it, WrestleMania 13. It was the Austin era. No. Austin 316 ran wild. Once he got the title, it meant the most. Shawn Michaels, again, one of the best ever to step in the wrestling ring. It was Austin Michaels, the Attitude Era, the Austin era began. This is the reason why. It's all about the money bags.
They're all ones.
They're all ones. What do you want me to bring in hundreds? Where you going? You gotta remember, Seattle's third star is Ian Snell. There's another guy called French on their staff. Not that great of a staff behind Hurt Lee and King Felix. Texas is going to hit their way into contention, and they have a better record than Seattle. What if one of those pitchers gets hurt? They have no offense. Monday Night Football, Saints against New England. Breeze, 18 of 23, 371 yards, 5 touchdowns. Quarterback rating, 158. Best game ever in the history of Monday Night Football. Let's take you to the playoffs. Kurt Warner retires him. Brett Favre could retire him. And then in the Super Bowl, outplays Peyton Manning, a big game player. That's 4 wins that the Redskins had last year. Now they're going to magically win 6 games. Let's go Vikings last year. We were 10-6. They only won 2 more games, and Brett Favre, I guarantee you, will have a better year last year than McNabb will have this year. Yankees go back to back. You heard it here on the UC First. I know that's not a glorious, glamorous pick because they are the favorite to win, but they're the best team. As a Yankee fan, I love to be in the championship circle. I'm back there. Golf, if they lose Woods, who do they have? No one. Brock Lesnar got hurt in UFC. They still had great buy ratings at UFC 110, 111. Boxing is good because you got Mayweather, Mosley. Pacquiao just sold 40,000 seats in Dallas Stadium. Again, the regular season gets kind of boring for Sidney Crosby and the boys of Jenny Malkin, the same thing. I'm going to say 83% because the Washington Capitals choke, and the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference has not made the Stanley Cup Finals in a long time.
East is the most ridiculous. They have the most ridiculous teams.
The Cowboys and
Giants
are good.
Probably the most overrated quarterback.
Everyone forgot that the Giants won 5-0 last year to start the season. Are you kidding me? This is the toughest division in football, and you're going to win. You have to win 10 games to get into the NFC playoffs. Who do you want taking the shot at the end of the game? It's Kobe Bryant. That's why he is the best player in basketball. And again, if you ask LeBron James, he says Kobe Bryant as well. You're going to try to compare the Indiana Pacers, the 76ers, and the New Jersey Nets with the bad boys of Detroit and the Celtics with Parrish, McHale, and Bird. The Celtics, when they give up 100 points, they're 10-9. When they hold their opponents less than 100 points and they score 100 themselves, they're 20-3. Because I know, Evan, you haven't done any underage drinking in your career. Anyways, after the onside kick, the Saints' momentum turned all around.
The second half.
And if Ben's not remembering this, every possession in the second half after the onside kick, the Saints scored. He outplayed Peyton Manning.
In one game, Peyton outplayed.
It was a Super Bowl. NFLPA leader, and that's D. Smith. And he wants to focus on shared revenue. So let's take you to school right now.
Take you to school.
$5 billion contract was signed by the NFL to TV networks, my sources tell me. There was one play of 40 yards, and that was with 2 minutes and 19 seconds left in the game. The Saints' biggest play was 16 yards in the second half. That is it. Squeezing all that money out of that Twinkie, that 2-cent Twinkie that you're eating right now. Look. Yeah, and he let the goal through his legs to let Cannon and Sidney Crosby walk away with all the prestige and glory. But besides that, he had a hell of an Olympics.
What's up?
Does he done this Barney bag?
You love it.
Props, often imitated, never, ever, ever duplicated. Juice is back. How are you a sleeper team when you already have the 8th seed with a game in hand? Anyways, moving on. What he didn't paper it up is this. The Capitals, the Bruins play twice. Guess what? The Capitals are going to win the President's Trophy, so guess what? The easy schedule is the Bruins. I just summed up Nick Coit's thing in about 10 seconds. That's it.